Oh, super silly crow. You hold such a special place in my heart. But none of that compares to just nights under, carpet forts and, oh, it's so good. So now we've got ourselves a bit of a predicament here. We now have the ability to manipulate our little stowaway friend into doing whatever we want, and this is probably the first stage that gave me the biggest kind of wall or hang up. I mean, it didn't take long, but that's where I was like, oh, so they're gonna do this. So that will be suspended in time wherever it is, and you'll notice we're having a pillow fight and the light falls down. Maybe we should do something about that, eh? So here, let's do this. With the lantern on top of our friend, we'll position ourselves right about there. And since we were able to activate him with this, he won't move. So it brings like a whole different dimension to the game, more than one might think initially. So there we go. Set him down right there and we're as good as solved. Thank you. So we can make our way across over here and see what lies ahead. I think there's yet another achievement here. This game has 1,000 out of 1,000 to collect out of maybe 17 total points. It's crazy. But yeah, we'll be able to get another one here. So let's go ahead and bring our friend with us just a little bit more closer. And we'll probably do the same thing here. I don't know if I think you are probably supposed to do this for the achievement, but we'll set you there. And if we move forward, getting all of our dang popcorn everywhere. All right, so we are going to need our friend here. Okay, because there's actually, if you can see back there, a nice little bell we need to hit. So let's go and do this. We need to go ahead and let our friend float on over here, defy all laws of physics. I gotta say, this is a pretty cool fort. I don't know, man. I wish I'd built more of those in my heyday, but just by leaving that there we go. The great catch. So let's go and switch that up. Ah, there's a light. So that was actually inside of our bowl of popcorn, so it's probably a good thing we knocked that over. I think that might have been a choking hazard. Cool. All right, so we'll move you back. And we'll say maybe right there. Will that give us what we need? Yes, it will. Cool. And we'll move him back over here. Thanks so much for a little companion cube. And we can move forward. For whatever reason, Arena can make her way up just fine, but... This music is so good. Doesn't it remind you of Breath of the Wild? I don't know, it's just some parts, especially with just the little flourishes, man. But that does it for our third constellation. Oh, look at them. So, just like before, this one's a little unusual. What we need to do is be the worst friend possible and hit Frent in the face 5 times. Nerd! You're bad at this game. I'm playing upside down. Friendly fire. It's cute, right? But what's different about this particular animation is there's actually a second achievement we can get. We're gonna maybe be careful and not skip it. Let's see. There we go. And check it out. It's so weird, but I love it. Super silly crow, you deserve to escape. When a chicken is your main power-up, that's when you know that your developers did you wrong. And with that, we move on to our 4th set of stages. And this is where things get a little weird at points, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. And so, as the days get shorter and the nights grow longer, I'd like to welcome you to autumn here in the gardens between, where we will be confronted with a brand new novel concept known as gas that we can walk on, and will absolutely baffle the hell out of our friend here. Look at him, he's just like, oh my god, what are you doing? How dare you? It's incredible, but something you want to keep in mind is that when Irina holds the power of light, she will no longer make it fallible and something to step on. Whereas as a result, it allows us to progress to areas that would normally impede our progress. So keep this in mind as we lose our power and we get ourselves something interesting. So, ooh, a saw, you say? Well, if I keep walking, well then unfortunately, friend won't be able to make his way down. So let's cut on through, shall we? Step on it a couple more times. And there we go. Perfect. The plank. Saw through time. Yeah, I'm not sure how that works. Saw the plank. Next, saw a hammer. Okay, so now we can actually activate the bells here to give us light and get through other places. It gets a little tricky later on. I'm not gonna lie, but oh, excuse me. How dare you? How dare you steal my light? That's alright. We'll just get some more here and activate this. Okay, so now we can't actually get forward with that, so let's rewind a little bit. Let's get rid of it here so that we can hopefully find a way to get it a little bit later. Here it is. Thank God that that power was just sprouting there, just waiting for us. Let's move on through. And hopefully get some jackets on, because boy, it's cold out there. So the beginning of our plans to build the greatest treehouse that has ever existed, and hopefully get a code in a minute, but this is where we're going to start needing to be a little bit more engaged as to what's going on. Starting off, we're probably going to want to activate this, so there we go. And it looks like our stowaway friend has been multiplied in a very mischievous way, and you want to remember which one has planted himself near the plant there, and they're gonna start jumping around in cans of paint. I don't know why he's doing that. He's being rude. I don't know what he's getting at, but just make sure you keep an eye on him, because if you don't, this part might end up being a little slow. So we've got 3 choices, and I think this is not the imposter. Please sit here, and thank you. So now we go all the way back, and hope we picked the right one. And this score, like, part of me did not want to do commentary for this, just for the soundtrack, but I don't know, man. I just have to give it props. Apparently the guy who composed the soundtrack is like a DJ on the radio. Not to say that they're incapable of it, but it's like, wow, I want to listen to his stations. Tell me what he's spinning, please. Oh, it's good. So I'll pick that up. And now for something a little different. We're gonna have to be very careful, because we now have a part 2 to that aspect. So we have that one. Okay, thank you, cutscene. He's going down there, and he's in the blue paint. This is where it gets a little tricky. There's actually a little hole that we can see him in briefly, like right down over there, like you can see. And oh, that wasn't him. Shoot, where was he? Oh, he was down on the bottom, so he just jumped down in that little hole underneath the purple dude. See him? And let's see where he ends up. This is where glasses becomes a bad idea. Did he? Okay, he's still there. So he starts in the blue, and then he just landed in purple, I believe. Right down there. So, let's see. Keeping an eye on him. And, okay. There he is. Okay, he just jumped up. I believe, what is that, the 5th one in? There's a lot of them, geez. I don't remember it being that many last time. Here, I'm gonna put my faith in you. I think you are our friend. And let's see if we're able to track this very simple thing. I kind of wish we had speedrunner mode enabled, because you'd just be able to zip on through this by holding the Y button. It's very, very fast. So I'd love to see a speedrun of this. And oh, we've got ourselves like a kind of a cutscene, I guess. Yeah, it's showing us where he went. His very specific path. How he decided to trick us, switching his colors. How dare you? It makes for a pretty cool colored clubhouse, though, I won't say. It's just one of those things I never got around to doing as a child, unfortunately, but, you know, that's just how it goes. We didn't really have the space for it, but I'll make sure our kids do, you know, because that would be such a cool thing to have. I don't know. It's one of those things I always wanted as a kid, at least. Ooh, this stage. I'll tell you, man, this one's kind of awkward. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little unusual and maybe a little repetitive. I'm not sure that I'm a huge fan of this one, mostly because it took me a minute to figure out how to beat it, but we've essentially got this system of levers and pulleys, and it's a little unreliable, I'll say that much. But the main thing we're gonna be doing is re-upping on our power by bringing it down here, and as a result, being able to carry out our business that way. But it isn't really that cut and dry. It actually gets kind of just weird. I don't know. I don't know that I remember exactly the steps that we need to do it, but we get another achievement here, so that's something. So we'll go across here, and we'll move on up. Arena, she has a tendency to kind of lag behind in this stage, which kind of throws me off. So what we're going to do, let's explore a little bit ahead. So this cinder block that has a plant underneath it, I think that turns into a black hole, right? And we're going to need light here in order to actually be able to activate this, which activates the black hole. But that will bring about light above or something. So we need light here also. But she will let us get up there. Okay, I think I see what we need to do. So you'll notice she's actually way behind us here, and by the time we get to the point where friend can activate the bell, it will still be shrouded in fog, and we need to activate it. So let's bring this back up. Let's do a weird thing, shall we? We'll set that there. Arena, please set that down, and let's see what we can do. Bring me some more power. And I think what we do is we literally just leave it on the lift. We just set that there so that we can activate the button. And I don't know what the button does. I don't know why I call it a button. It's very clearly a bell. But all it will do is activate that. I'm assuming we're gonna need that for something. Actually, I see exactly what we need it for. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and bring this down so that Arena can grab it with the light, and we're actually gonna need to bring this all the way up because there's a path that we have to walk across, but there's also a wall we need to get across with light. So in between those spots, we need to get rid of the lamp, and she's just gonna be staring at it very adamantly. But hopefully we can get to this point. We can get past the bridge. Here we go. Thanks for trusting me, Arena. So yeah, this is one of those points where you do want to get rid of your light, because if you don't, you won't be able to cross. But since we can, there we go. So let's go ahead and let her go ahead. Apparently friend's gonna be a gentleman, but also not activate this for her. Here we go. You have to be in a very specific spot. And we'll bring this up. And for whatever reason, Arena will actually be able to ride the lift, I think. Isn't that what's supposed to happen here? Yeah, because he goes away. And so now I can activate again. And she can get her own damn power. He's got to go. His mom's angry. He didn't check in with her before 8. And now she is pissed. But Arena's at the end of her rope. She is not pleased that she had to go and do chores by herself. That our stowaway didn't help. But the important thing is we're finished. All in a hard day's work. Now again, we move around the animation and wait for the poster to light up. And there we have it. He's like, hey guys, can I come in, please? I'm sorry I left. My mom just got really angry. Yes, our garden friend sneaks a look. So good. Also, are we sure that we used any of the paint? Because I kind of feel like we didn't use any of it. Welcome to our 5th constellation, I believe. Maybe. Something like that. Something along those lines. It looks like it. Yeah. Alright, let's get started, shall we?